Do you know that feeling when someone's like, hey, can you bake my cake? Can you PT me? Can you be my lawyer after I kill this person? Just because you have a qualification, it's like, no, hey, shut up. Can you wipe my bum? Anyways, yesterday actually, I was working out first thing in the morning, and that's what I usually do to start my day. I was doing overhead tricep extension, my third set, where I was starting a heavier weight. On the final rep of that set, that's when something happened. I felt a twitch in my shoulder here, in my neck. And I thought it wouldn't happen. Out of nowhere, just, my muscles kind of maybe not warm enough. I didn't roll out beforehand. I kind of went straight into it. So chances are you've probably done the same. You've probably got some pain right now, whether it's in your lower back, whether it's in your shoulders, you might have had some previous pain, kind of drains you, right? What I'm about to tell you and show you is go through this process of relieving the tension, taking this pain away. It's also a learning process for me, remembering that I need to do a proper warm-up. It might help you with relieving your own tensions, give you some ideas on what you can do to avoid going to the physio, avoid going to the doctor who's gonna give you some Panadol, avoid going to the massage therapist who's going to give you a temporary fix. And I highly recommend that you don't go to these people. Here's what I find extremely ridiculous. You go to a doctor with back pain. They might refer you to potentially an x-ray, a person who does x-rays. That's when doctors become a joke, when you haven't actually broken anything. I think what we really need in this world is someone who can fix the health system. Imagine I'm a doctor and I'm like sitting back. Don't worry about that. Just take some Panadol. Oh, you have back pain? Oh, let me listen to your heartbeat. So back to the story. What actually happened was I had 3 tools that I could potentially use. I had a foam roller, I had a spiky ball, I had this hook kind of contraption. The biggest problem here was that I had restricted movement in my neck. Right now it's a lot better. I couldn't even turn 180 degrees or 90 degrees or even close to that, right? But here's the thing. I was feeling like I was being drained of this energy because there was this constant pain there, constant stress. For me, I wanted to fix it straight away.
So seriously, this one feels softer.
Try it.
Well, it works. I think my quad's sore.
Whoa, it's pretty firm.
Yeah.
That's a really good massage. A harder foam roller, which would kind of mimic someone pushing down and massaging my back, rather than the soft kind of foam roll that I already had. So that was number 1, DIY. Number 2 was go see a specialist or a professional physiotherapist or a massage guy. But I didn't want to spend $80, $90 on something that would temporarily fix my pain. It's kind of like going, hey mum, can you clean the dishes, cook my food? They're gonna do it once, and potentially you're going to rely on them again. So that was against my values and against how I wanted to go about making this a long-term fix. I did say 3 options, but number 3 was to give up, and that's not the right attitude, bro. So going through these 2 main options. Number 1, fix myself. I could potentially learn from this and do it better the next time. Number 2, going to a physio, short-term fix. It's probably going to happen in the short term again. I wouldn't know what I was doing wrong, then rely on other people in the future. We could even seek a personal trainer who would go through this for free. Approach them and go, well, hey, what do you recommend? What's funny about going to a physio or a massage therapist is that they don't necessarily know exactly what happened. They'll say things like, it could be this, it could be that. I could imagine that you have an imbalance in your muscles, therefore it twitched on the left side and you just weren't positioning your arms right. They don't exactly know, so they can't pinpoint an exact cause of this. The reason behind my argument could be because I'm Asian. But hey, consider this, building the habit to fix your own problems, do it now without relying on other people, being independent and just being able to fix your own body, know your own body. You don't want to be that guy that's like sitting on that deathbed, telling people to bring you some water, to wipe your bum, change your clothes. That's not something that I'd want to do. I want to be running around when I'm 1,000. Imagine that, you just break your leg. By that time, I'm probably a dust particle. But I want to be like 100, maybe 110, and still running around. That's like the dream. So as soon as my muscle twitched after that last rep, the 3 tools, the foam roller, the spiky ball, the hook contraption, and then it wasn't as quick a fix as I was hoping for, which most things aren't. I wanted some like manly guy who would, you know, get right into there, use his teeth a little bit, maybe kick me in the back. My next point is every time you experience pain, of course, you have this urge to want to fix it straight away. It's kind of like this nagging girlfriend. So of course I wanted to be pain-free. I wanted to continue building strength, continue building this habit to be able to wake up and work out without being restricted. I wanted to fix this pain like now, not delay this. So buying the foam roller was the next best decision. If I couldn't use that to fix my pain, then I would go to the physio. Or I think physios are amazing when they target your muscles and they're very specific with the muscles that they hit, especially with using the needle. A very, very effective way of relieving muscle tension and just giving you instant muscle relief. So the thing is, I don't know why people go to massage therapists when physios do both. They massage and they can use dry needling. Although I do rate physios higher than a lot of other health professionals, it's not to say that other health professionals won't be able to fix your pain. It really depends on your situation, but I think the best alternative, the best solution is to fix your own pain, to learn how to do that. And that's by educating yourself, trying, watching videos like this. At the same time, if you think about it, I went from 15 to 20 to then 25, 5 kilos in between each set. It's not a big jump. As you can see, these things you can't exactly predict. We think we're doing right by ourselves and by our muscles and by our bodies, but it's our job to figure out, you know, how do we prevent this? How do we go about doing it better? It's like, hey man, you think you know what you're talking about, you got injured. But think about athletes. They go through many injuries because they do exert their bodies. Maybe that was what I was doing. Every single day we're still learning about our bodies, growing from our past experiences, and this is something that I see as an experience that I can learn from. And just a reminder for us as humans that want to grow, that want to build things that last, is to strengthen the habit of fixing the problem now, not putting it off, because to fix the problem, most of the time it takes longer than if you were to do little repairs. You know, for example, if I'm working out and I never roll out, I never relieve the tension. It's kind of like the extremes. You know, if you're too relaxed, it's like, well, you probably hibernated for 30 days. If you're too tight, you probably haven't done any stretching, any rolling out in order to prevent yourself from incurring an injury. So we have these two extremes, and you might agree with this. We must find the balance, and we need balance in every part of our lives. The foods that we eat, how much we eat, the amount we work versus the amount we relax. So the way I go about finding the balance is to do this consistently, build this habit of doing it every day, which might involve stretching, rolling out, finding out where there's pains, solving it then and there. It might mean during my job and my shift, I would massage myself. For you, it might mean getting up from the seat, you know, not sitting for long periods of time. And a lot of people experience back pain because of that. And so just finding the balance with everything that you do, that's going to save you a lot of time. It's a preventative measure versus having to fix that problem, like when you have heart disease or when you have diabetes. It's like, well, now you got to do all these things that hold you back from living your life, and you have all this stress. That was a little bit too deep. Moving on in the future is that I will roll out before my workouts. I will make sure that I do 3 warm-up sets before I go on to a heavier weight. Before we end this video, I want to leave you with golden nuggets that you can take away from this video. It's to fix your pain then and there. You could also apply this in life where you fix your problems, because problems lead to stress, and stress holds us back from experiencing life to the fullest. This might mean investing in yourself, buying tools, buying contraptions. It might mean paying for a course to build knowledge, things that money can't actually buy. The next thing is to learn, to not always rely on other people. I mean, for me personally, I don't want to rely on my parents to cook me food all the time or, you know, bring me that slipper because we'll probably end up dying too soon. As a result of that, we'll end up building strength and build this mindset of, hey, we can do things ourselves. We'll also build self-confidence. The best solution, I believe, is the one that fixes the problem at the core, at the root. But then ask yourself, what's the biggest issue that's causing this problem? Whether it's your sleep, not warming up enough. Solve that problem and then move on to the next. You'll probably find that if you solve the biggest problem, then you're gonna see the biggest difference. One that you might find relevant is getting a six-pack, getting lean. The biggest problem is your diet. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me. I appreciate you watching this video. If you could, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel to help me out. My name's Anthony. Thank you again. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Do you know how to zoom in?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.